much for joining us. It is Football Friday. We are on the road here in Weslaco at the Bobby Lackey Stadium, where the Weslaco Panthers will take on the Edinburgh Bobcats. And we are in week 3 of high school football.
And what a great night for football out here. Beautiful conditions for football. Great matchup tonight between Edinburgh and Weslaco. They faced off twice last year.
Yeah.
The hometown team, the Panthers, came away victorious twice. So you know Edinburgh is looking for a W tonight here in Weslaco.
Absolutely, yeah. Two teams who are not strangers with each other. Like we said earlier, Edinburgh came up short last year, but we talked to the principal, and he was saying that they want to take it. They want the revenge. So it looks like that's what's on people's minds tonight is revenge.
That's right, Edinburgh. Earlier this year they played Vela, one of the toughest teams in the Valley, and they gave them a good fight. They put up some points on the board, came up a little bit short, but a confidence booster right there to give Vela a fight. So they're coming out with. They're throwing some haymakers tonight against the Weslaco.
Absolutely. Yeah, and Weslaco still, though, not backing down at all. This is their home turf. This is their home territory. So, of course, those haymakers, like you said, they are going to be reciprocated on both parties.
That's right. Weslaco coming into tonight's matchup with a 2-0 record. They've only given up 6 points all season long. Those 6 points were on special teams. So Weslaco's defense is looking real strong, but Edinburgh has a great run game. So they're going to be hungry to impress once again.
Absolutely. One thing about it is that, the two teams going to work very hard for tonight's game, so it's going to be very exciting. High school football, it brings so many people together. But right now, we are here with Mr. Carlos Rebello. How you doing today, sir?
Doing pretty good. Thanks for being here.
Absolutely. So, one thing about high school football is that, we can't forget those that have come before us.
That's
and
right.
Certain students like that as well, too. We are also talking about a student with some very rich history, Mr. Harlan Block, who you want to kind of go ahead and talk about that?
Sure, absolutely. Thank you for being here once again. Of course, we have our Dreamettes here, our drum line, and of course, everybody that's involved at Weslaco ISD for this big game between the Panthers and the Edinburgh Bobcats. But Harlan Block, yes, he is one of our graduates from way back in the 1940s. He graduated, and he went off to war. He felt that he felt that patriotism. Went off into the Marines, and the reason why he's famous, Jeremiah, is because he was one of the soldiers that lifted the flag over Iwo Jima. And, of course, everybody knows about that famous photo.
Absolutely. And you wouldn't think that, somebody with that such rich history would be right here in our own backyard, right here in the Valley.
Yeah, and what's interesting about that is that Harlan Block, it wasn't just Harlan Block who went off to war, but there were also members of the Weslaco Panthers, about 7 or 8 members of them that also went off to war. They graduated early. They graduated in December because they wanted to serve their country.
Absolutely. And we thank those men and women who have paid the ultimate sacrifice, so we can stand here and do what we're doing today. But switching gears now, like you talked about, we have our team out here, we have our drum line as well too. Like we said, this really brings people together. So what is this like for you guys?
This is awesome. Every Friday night, this is the center of the community. A Friday night, the stadium is full with people here, whether it's the Wildcats, our other high school that we have here, or Weslaco High School, the Panthers, Wildcats, or the Panthers. Every Friday night, the entire community comes together.
Absolutely.
And our dance team, our band, JROTC, we have our cheerleaders. Everybody comes together and watch our teams play. And that's what it's all about. Just Weslaco ISD is about giving opportunities to students, and that's what we're doing here tonight.
So important, so key, all good things to know. Thank you so much again for talking to me. I really do appreciate it. All right, so we are now going to go ahead and toss things over to Blake with a look at what else we can expect. How you doing, Blake?
Well, I'm doing good, Jeremiah. Thank you so much. Like you said, we're here at Bobby Lackey Stadium for our Week 3 game of the week. Hard to believe it's already Week 3 of the season, right?
Where's time gone?
Yeah, exactly. So we're here for Weslaco versus Edinburgh, and these two teams are familiar with each other after last season. Now, Weslaco getting the best of them twice. One coming in overtime last year, in overtime in the by-district round. So they sent Edinburgh home packing while they advanced to the next round. But Edinburgh's going to want a little bit of revenge. They got a bitter taste in their mouth from that game. But you can't underestimate Weslaco. Their defense is great this year. They haven't given up a touchdown so far, and their offense is always explosive.
Wow.
Meanwhile, Edinburgh, well, they've had a tough schedule so far, so Weslaco's not a team that they haven't seen so far. They played Vela, another 2-0 team, and McAllen, also another 2-0 team. So it's going to be interesting just to see the dynamic of these two teams go against each other tonight.
Absolutely. Everybody, comes up short once in a while, but you still can't rule them out. They are going to be going for it tonight, and it's just going to be a sight to see, like you kind of said.
Like you said. So
Thank you so much for staying with us. We are on the road this Football Friday, but one thing that we need to talk about are our game changers. We are joined now by Sports Director Ruben Juarez with more. How you doing, Ruben?
Hey, Jeremiah. So big-time games, you know what they need? They need big-time players. We like to call them gridiron game changers. Let's take a look at the game changer for the road team. We're talking about the Edinburgh Bobcats. Their game changer is none other than their quarterback, JT Santa Maria. He does it with his arm and with his legs. They're 0-2, but not because they're not trying to win games. He's done a lot for this team. 33 carries on the year, ran for more than 200 yards on the season. So JT Santa Maria, a key player to look out for the Edinburgh Bobcats. Now let's talk about the game changer for the weslaco Panthers. Their game changer is also their quarterback, Andres Sepulveda, the senior, can also do it with his arm and with his legs. He's thrown the ball a little bit more this year, thrown for more than 200 yards, and he has 3 total touchdowns on the season. So Andres and JT gonna duke it out behind center, under center, in the shotgun, running the ball, throwing the ball. They are our gridiron game changers.
All right, lots of exciting stuff. So yeah, we cannot wait to see all this stuff. And yeah, Ruben, thank you so much. We're going to have much more there. But right now, I'm joined by the Edinburgh High School, Mr. Dominic Pena. Mr. Pena, how you doing this evening?
Fantastic. I'm really excited about this game.
Absolutely. Mr. Pena, right now, there's lots of purple and white and gold near us. You're a little bit in the lion's den.
Well, I am. But you know what? These girls are going to be something someday, so I'm glad to be in their presence.
Absolutely. Okay, so Mr. Pena, kind of like what we were talking about earlier today, Edinburgh kind of came up short, in the last game. So what are you expecting, or what's some things that people can expect when they come on out to the stadium tonight?
Oh, I think you would just mention that we do have a quarterback that is a double threat. I'm going to say that the defense, Wesco's defense, is going to have to watch out.
Okay, Wesco defense is going to have to watch out. All right, very good with that too. And another thing that we're going to talk about is that just the sport of football, and it's so here in the Valley, it brings so many people together, different families as well too, from all across. So how does that make you guys feel, that you guys are on the limelight tonight?
Well, there's nothing like Texas football. And so, yeah, the Bobcats are on the line. I do predict a victory, and I think that Edinburgh is going to be flying their blue and red tonight.
Blue and red tonight. Oh, man. He's saying that in purple territory tonight,
That's
blue
right.
and red.
That's
and,
right.
One thing that we're also talking about is that slogan on your shirt. Kind of break that down. What does that mean to everybody?
Edinburgh High was built in 1917 when the city was built, shortly after. And so a lot of the people that graduated from Edinburgh High built the city. They graduated from there. They contributed to the infrastructure, to the businesses, and we continue to build that city.
Okay, sounds good. All right. Girls, y'all heard that, right? So this is not my words. They're his words. All right. Mr. Vania, thank you so much for joining us. And Ruben, thank you as well, too. We are going to have much more after the break. Stay with us.
Welcome back to our road trip coverage. We're coming to you live from Bobby Lackey Stadium for our game of the week. Edinburgh taking on Weslaco. A great matchup. These two teams faced off twice last year, once in the regular season and once in the playoffs. The Weslaco Panthers coming out victorious on both occasions. Tonight's matchup, a great non-district battle between the Panthers and Bobcats. Let's talk more about how these teams are coming into tonight's matchup. Weslaco entering this game with a 2-0 record. They've done it with their throwing and their running and their defense. The defense from Weslaco has not given up a point in 2 games. This team's only given up 6 points all year long, and it's been on special teams. So that Royce Roman coaches defense right there. His defense playing great this year. As for Edinburgh, they've had a couple of tough losses. They put up points against Vela, one of the strongest teams in the Valley, so they can score, but they're young. So it's a contrast right there between an experienced squad and a younger squad. But no matter what happens tonight, Coach Stroman from Weslaco knows the opposing team, Edinburgh, is going to give his boys a tough battle.
It's tough to beat a team twice, but this might be another team that we might face, and our goals is to make playoffs. This might be a team that we might face in the playoffs, and that's something that we talk to our kids about. So I know they're going to come in fired up, but we're going to be ready.
What we're trying to do is get the experience. We got to see him twice last year. We saw him in the regular non-district game, and then we saw him in the playoffs. They knocked us out of the playoffs. Just trying to get to that level again, starting the season right, and just trying to learn from them, trying to learn what type of team we have and get better at it.
The Panthers and Bobcats are fired up for tonight's matchup. We'll have more on the game in a bit, but first, let's toss it over back in the studio to Brian.
Yes. Come here.
Come here.
Mic check, 1, 2, 3. I got a Black Panther here. Hey. Not
Can
many
you
people
take it
say
off
that.
real quick?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
is it too hard? No. Okay. I'm trying to see. All right.
Mic
So
check,
we're
1, 2,
going to
3,
do a
4, 5,
section
6.
where I
Can you
pick
stand
the
here?
winner,
Mic
and
check,
I'm going
1,
to
2,
pick you
3, 4,
guys.
5, 6, 7,
So
8,
you can
9.
go back over there, but I'm going to have him come over here.
He's yelling. Mic check,
Alright,
1,
so you
2,
go
3,
back.
4, 5, 6,
I'll let
7,
you guys
8,
know.
9, 10. Test. Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My mic keeps moving. Test. Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Test. Guys, we are coming back here. We are on the road. It is Football Friday. Ooh, the sun is starting to go down. Come on out to the game. It's going to be lots of fun. All of us, mic check.
Mic
1, 2,
check,
3,
5,
4,
4, 3,
5,
2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mic check.
Mic check. Give me the week, give me the week, give me the week. 4K. We're in 4K. Give me the week.
4K.
Big game.
Mic check.
Big
4K.
game.
It's gonna be-
Run-
All right, thank you so much for staying with us. All right, we have Blake and Ruben here with more on what we can expect for tonight.
I think we're going to expect a good game, Blake. Two teams that faced off twice last year, so they know each other well. And it's going to be a competitive game tonight here at Bobby Lackey Stadium in Weslaco.
Exactly. They were at Edinburgh last season. Now they're back here in Weslaco at Bobby Lackey. So Edinburgh's got a bitter taste in their mouth. They want a little bit of redemption. But Coach Stroman's going to get these boys at Weslaco ready, especially for mic'd up. We had a mic'd up last week. This week, we headed to Hidalgo for the road team Rio Hondo with Coach Rocky James mic'd up with their always good passing attack. So, Coach Rocky, what was it like for that game? So you